Alright, this is the new build, the final form of the Solar Gunslinger Hunter. And this thing is amazing now. I really had to go in here and cook, but this thing is perfect synergy combination. It's maximum damage where you can turn around and kill almost anything. You get almost instant supers consistently, and that's the shocking part about it. So I redid my stats. I got myself up to a 9 in intelligence, 100 in resilience, and an 80 in mobility. So I'm looking real good here. Everything else is lower because I don't really need that energy, really. I mean, it'd be nice to have maybe a little bit more grenade energy, but with the way that my setup is structured, I don't have to worry about that whatsoever. So this is how the build works. It's really simple. All you have to do is you have to put on these two aspects, knock them down, and on your mark. Reason why is going to make all of your weapons real crispy. The reload speed, handling speed is real nice. Plus you have an airborne effectiveness boost on top of that. And I'm also using knock them down. Knock them down allows you to do extra damage while radiant. Also use your knife throws to be able to refund more melee energy. So it allows you to go on like kind of like a knife spree if you start landing and being very accurate. I'm pairing that with a weighted throwing knife because the weighted throwing knife does the most damage to precision hits. On top of when you get a precision kill, it allows you to recharge your class ability entirely. Now the class ability I'm going with here is Gambler's Dodge because it just go hand in hand. It's a good 1-2 punch. And the super is Blade Barrage. Now if you don't know, essentially you get to throw a whole bunch of knives, flaming knives at your opponent, and with the way this is structured, it allows you to be able to get back more super energy for each additional knife that's landed. So I'm using Ember of Solace to be able to extend my radiant and restoration effects. On top of that, I'm using Ember of Beams, which allows my solar super projectiles to have stronger target acquisition and gives me a 10-point boost to my intelligence. Then I'm using Ember of Searing. Ember of Searing allows me to gain a fire sprite every time I defeat scorched combatants, and also gives me melee energy. Now, if you don't know about fire sprites also give you a chunk of your grenade energy. So having this gives me a bit of both of my melee and my grenade energy at the same time. So that's pretty cool. I'm using Ember of Empyrean. Ember of Empyrean allows me to further extend both my restoration and radiant effects. This will allow me to pretty much survive almost anything as long as I'm being very aggressive and getting damage with solar abilities and weapons. Lastly, I'm using Ember of Torches. Ember of Torches allows me to go on my knife spree because when I pair this with Knock 'em Down is going to allow me to gain another melee for getting kills while I'm also radiant with my melee. This one allows me to use my melee to be able to gain radiant. So the two together just essentially mean I'm going to have endless knives. So the -10 discipline doesn't really matter for me because I'm not really focused on grenades that much. Well, let me stop lying. I am focused on grenades. But there's other ways to get grenades way faster. So that's the setup. Now here is the mods. Now the mods are really simple, and this is why you can still run with only a 2 in your discipline and still be able to get decent grenades. I'm using Explosive Finisher along with a bunch of ways to be able to generate orbs. So I'm using Reaper, Distribution, Explosive Finisher, Recuperation, and Invigoration. Now these two just allow me, whenever I pick up an Orb of Power, it gives me health and a grenade back, which is really important because that's my survivability. I'm using stacks on stacks so I can get into 2 Orbs of Light every time I pick up 1. Then I have Arc Resistance because that's what just the burn is right now. So you can rotate this to whatever you need it to be. You can split it, whatever. But most importantly, I got charged up so that way I can get up to 4 stacks of Charged with Light. Then I'm using Heavy Handed, Impact Induction. Impact Induction allows me to gain more grenade energy from using my melee. So since I can go on knife sprees, this will let me quickly get back into my next grenade. Then also using grenade kickstart. Lastly, on this for the grenades portion of it, because this allows me when I use my grenade, since I'm not really doing damage with it, I just need to use it and I can get the charge. Cool thing about it is based on the amount of stacks of charge with light I have, I can regain a chunk of my grenade energy. So this gives me a good chunk in the beginning, and this gives me a good chunk on the back end. It just depends where I'm at with my grenade at the time, and I should be doing a lot of finishers because I'm going to be close range, using restoration to keep me alive. Then last but not least, I'm using harmonic siphon, hands-on, and dynamo because these are going to help me generate orbs and super energy. And this is a super build because Shards of Galanor is going to be doing all the heavy lifting here to really bring this whole thing together. So if you don't know, Shards of Galanor allows you to throw your throwing knives to get super energy back, but also on top of that, and you also get more super energy back whenever you use your blade barrage initially, which will give you about, if you hit enough combatants, you'll get about half of your super back, all just from using it. Then when you pair that with this other ability, you just have to have a knife build, and you're going to get right back into your next super extremely quickly, as well as you'll be able to continuously throw your knives. So this is a really good build, and it all just synergizes so perfectly, especially with the new updates. So Shards of Galanor did not have the base type, I guess you say melee knives that can actually get you super energy back before. That extra ability really makes it better than Celestial Nighthawk to me. And Celestial Nighthawk, it's not to say that it's just bad, it's just not as good. I mean, I'm sorry, it just makes sense because if I can go and just use my ability and get so much energy back, and I know they buffed them both very similarly, but only one gives you as much back even when you don't get kills. So, and that's my reason why I feel the way I do. But you choose what works best for you, but this build, it worked a lot better when I tried it. Shards of Galanor. But just want to let y'all know, man, this is an amazing build. And you're seeing right now the new strike they have available for. You can go in a private match. So I am doing this solo. And it was tough at points, but because of having such a great recharge rate on my grenade, because of everything that I'm doing within my build, within my kit, I'm getting back energy whenever I need it. So that way, no matter what, I always have healing. So it just puts me in a very good position where, even when those moments where they dodge me with their little teleports, I'm good because I have another one that's coming right around the corner. I just have to be accurate with a few knives, and I'll be right back into my next super. Now, some of the things I don't like is when you kill the shanks for some reason, they don't give you your melee back for whatever reason. I don't get it. A kill's a kill, so I'm just saying. So Bungie gotta fix that, because if I get a knife kill on a shank, I should get the same treatment if I got a knife kill on anything else, but whatever. Ooh, gotcha, boy. I love that move. See, they try to dodge me. They've been dodging me, and I'm starting to get their timing down, so they don't even know what to do with me no more. So they try to dodge, no big deal. I got you. Boom. I wanted to land the knives more anyway. Boom. So every time I take damage, get it right back. Get my health right back. And I love the way that it just plays because I get to have fun. And when I'm on my mind while I'm playing this, I be thinking of Deadpool or something like that because I'm using the guns and I'm using, I wish it was a hand cannon I could use right now, but yeah, its BRX is amazing. Its range is amazing. I can shoot this from anywhere, and it's one of my favorite guns anyway. Plus, I have I think blunt execution or something like that as one of the perks, so it gives me extra damage whenever I do knife damage. It's higher than swashbuckler. It's just it just does extra damage, and I think it's one of the highest damage boosts. But even though it's such a short period of time, so it works only for people that are really going back and forth between their weapon and their melee as frequently as possible, because then it stays active. But yeah, man, this is amazing, and I just solo flawless the strike with this build. Like and subscribe for your boy Black Mike.